Transitioning a child out of a booster seat into using just a regular seatbelt is a very big step. And the only way to really know if they're ready to get out of that booster is something called the 5-step test.
P is for pass the 5-step test.
So Holly and I are going to walk you through each of these 5 steps now so that you can try it with your own kids when it's time. One of the steps is your child needs to sit back in their seat with their bum back in the seat bight or the crease and their back flat against the automobile seat. Another step is you want their knees to sit properly at the edge of your vehicle seat. Now, some techs are also very serious when it comes to feet touching the ground in the vehicle, and some are not. But if you find that they're meeting the other 5 steps and their legs are dangling, you can use things like a pillow or an empty cardboard box to be a lightweight kind of foot support down here that will also not be a danger in terms of being a projectile in a collision.
The next step is we want the shoulder portion of the seatbelt to be centered between the shoulder and the neck on the collarbone. It shouldn't be floating off of the chest and should be making good contact with the chest.
Another step is you want this lap belt to sit low and tight on the hips at the top of the thighs, the hard part right here.
And lastly, they have to be able to sit this way the entire ride. In order for the seatbelt to do its job, it has to be positioned properly on the body. And if the child is leaning out of the seatbelt or moving the seatbelt behind them or sitting awkwardly, the seatbelt won't be able to keep them safe. It's absolutely possible to fit a seatbelt well in one vehicle and not in another. For example, in my vehicle, in the front seats, I have something called adjustable routing hardware. That means I can adjust where the shoulder portion of the belt hits my shoulder in the vehicle. So for example, I can pull this up for a taller passenger or down for a shorter passenger like me so that that shoulder portion is centered well between my shoulder and my neck. Versus in my back seat, I don't have that adjustable routing hardware, so that can drastically change seatbelt fit depending on the passenger. For more expert baby and toddler safety tips, follow the Jamie Grayson and Safe Beginnings.